Alright, this is the nigga that died, the last video of the series. The war needs you. Right? We've come a long way from Kokeli's question, which was, who is this nigga that dies? And we've established who the nigga is, why he died, what he saw, what made him die. The principle of SIPO, the creation principle. And basically now we've been going through the outcomes of Life's Work test that was published in 2018. Mind your language, by the way. Pay attention to the cues, because this might get motherfucking Zulu up in this bitch. Might be a motherfucking Zulu up in this bitch. Because this last section of Life's Work test results is quite emotional and quite intense. So I'm gonna read it out. I'm gonna just jump to the cue, and then I'll share my thoughts about it towards the end of the video and my sentiments about it. So brace yourself, guys. Let's go to the screen view and let's check what's happening. Alright, so this is the last section of Life's Work test results. As you can see, here we go. Life is war. I'm gonna read it out. Life is war. Might has learned a lot throughout his creative journey. Most important lesson he has learned is that human collaboration is essential to the creative process. And in fact, at this stage, the primary devices for creation is in fact not technology gadgets or fancy infrastructure. The primary device for creation is in fact the human being, because of its ability to comprehend. So this is something that Elon Musk gotta know. Might has demonstrated that the human being cannot be without the ability to comprehend, which is essentially digesting information. Thus, Might has discerned that the true battle or conflict between human beings is not necessarily caused by conflicts between social, political, and economic lines. It is in fact a massive battle between the ones that can comprehend and perceive value, and the ones who just cut, copy, paste without adding value. Therefore, because the human is the primary creative device within the creative process, it is necessary for every single human being to have the capability to comprehend. This is absolutely essential, and it's the only way human beings will be able to access their true creative potency. Crazy, right? And I think that makes a lot of sense, guys. That's been the fundamental argument, that this is why Life's Work test was a comprehension test. In one of the videos coming up to that, is like saying this is a comprehension test that Adam and Eve failed. So and this is what's up. So let me make the first point. Point number one: Life's Work test was an invite for humanity to join the war. You see, you gotta comprehend what I'm saying here. War stands for work and relationships. So the work of a human being is to comprehend information and recognize value, and the relationships, create relationships by adding value. So this is the war that Life's Work test had invited people to. So if you look at the emails that I sent, that life is war, that those words are strong words. That's what was meant by war. And now I'm saying the war needs you, and this is what this video is about, is to put into context and say this is the battle that I'm fighting, and this is the war that I'm fighting, and I need anybody that's watching now to say, okay, you know what, actually fuck that, I actually fuck with what this nigga's saying. I'm gonna join the war too, it's not here, so let's just jump back to the screen view. Here we go again. So human life implement. So this is the purpose of the war. What are we fighting for, really? Might's mandate is clear. Within 3 years, he plans to master and sustain human life on Earth, which means essentially he intends to eliminate the natural death, literal death. For this massive exploit, it requires 8.7 million hours of human attention to finish the life mandate control over human life. However, based on the results of the test, it's apparent that Might's exploits might yet suffer again, because human beings are much more comfortable with their cut, copy, paste. Human beings are evidently punks, too soft to think. Might offers them life, and humans choose to fuss about grammatical errors or the choice of language used in the introduction to the 3 of 5 videos. Humans couldn't even consider the fact that Might's value proposition was essentially a viable way for humans to live forever. But still, humans reject this and even flee from Might at the thought of his value proposition. So humans must decide, are they really going to deny the tree of life over Might's use of passion? If so, then the implication is that humans are soft. They couldn't even go through Might's life work test and derive any principles or knowledge from it. Might stakeholders who received the invite to take life's work test were worried about the style of Might's presentation template. Why is his face on the van note? How could he say that about? When these project stakeholders were prepared by the internal examiner in a note detailing the test instructions. Humans were too lazy to even follow the test instructions. Might's project stakeholders were evidently interested in Might's 19 million rand per annum project. However, when Might offers them eternal life, they run away over an F word here and there. Humans are a bunch of punks. Humans are all soft. Humans all want to be like Might, but they are all unfortunately not even close. So why the fuck? Humans are punks. They're all too soft to think. God damn. This is the sentiment, guys, and you can't really blame me. At that stage, 2018, it's a month after I published last week test, the response was dismal. Like, no response. I was avoided like the plague. I was labeled mad and insane. Nobody fucked with me, so you can understand. Like, sure, guys are too soft to even laugh and be like, "God damn, nigga, you tripping?" Or have the conversation like, "Bro, come, let me get you straight. So, what do you exactly say?" You know, and none of the guys had the courage to do that, and that's what disappointed me. Well, I think I'll go into my second point. Clearly, people value a quick buck over their lives, and this is where I feel like maybe this is where people are waiting for the time when they're on their deathbed and they need medical attention, and then they realize, hang on, I want to live. You know, I want to live. Yeah, we all die, but I want to live. You know, maybe now we can fuck with the nigga that was talking about eliminating the causes of mortality. You know, so I think anybody that has loved ones, I mean, especially children, you'd want to, and I think this is a big thing, you'd want to ensure if you could, if any parent, if you could ensure your child's life, you would do that. And I think this is the only a reasonable person would actually make an attempt. And I think if there was anybody that's crazy, it's your motherfuckers. You know, the guys that called me crazy were crazy because any reasonable person would make the attempt. Maybe I was called crazy because they did not perceive that I had the means to be able to even make an attempt. And according to me, is that like I'm making the argument in that same paragraph to say that it's the systems that give you capability, the ability for human beings to collaborate. You know, the human being is the primary creation device, not the infrastructure, the money, the capital, and the things. Those are all a product of human attention. So this is why I think the insanity is actually the people that would call the person who published last week test and even published the results the way he did mad. Let's just tie this up, actually, tragically, and this is where I quite gets the almighty ultimatum. Where in the heavens, the Zulu might find humans that are not punks, too soft to things? Where will he find humans that can comprehend? Where will might find humans that can apply knowledge? Where in the Zulu will he find humans that can work with him and put in the required hours of attention to achieve the sustainable human life? Because the fact is that Mike has only 24 hours in a day. Do the math. How long? And look, I don't want to go into this too much. So I think the ultimatum comes down to, so humans must decide whether they choose to wait 1,000 years. How many of you humans will be alive in 1,000 years? Or choose to work for 3.5 years towards sustainable life, in which case you humans may not get to see the gloomy chains of the grave. Yeah, so that's how deep it gets, guys. And where in the heavens will I find people like that? We're in the heavens, and this is where I gotta say, Amanazareta are a dream come to save my life. In fact, and I would actually thank Nkokeli, who inspired the set of videos. She saved my life, in terms of my purpose. This what I am, and she might not be aware of it. She might actually be like, "Oh no." Yeah, that's not the impact she was looking to make, but unfortunately that's the impact it made. And I gotta make my last point here is that Amanazareta is the evidence that Shembe loves the nigga that died. And why do I say this? Because the reason why I died, the purpose behind the intent of my death, the nigga that died, he died for the same reason that Shembe started the Amanazareta movement. And in fact, I'd say my life is being designed to be an answer or a response to Shembe's prayer. And thank God for Kokeli, because she gave me the courage and the support that I needed to be able to actually effectively do that. So I humbly say, yeah, when the heavens will I find, I've been humbled to say I found Amanazareta. They're the evidence that Shembe, a man that lived about 100 years ago, Rai Shembe. And look, to his credit, he may say that he was sent. He was sent. It was not his work, but thank God that he listened to the call of action and he did what was supposed to be done. Because here I am now, desperately in need for the people to assist me. So what I can say to Amanazareta, whether you like me or not, your faith and your belief in Shembe and you guys doing what you're doing is basically, Shembe is basically setting you up with me. I'm being set up with you. So I've been set up, my whole life has been set up. Now that I've found you, it's up to you guys to decide whether you fuck with me or not. And this is what I gotta say on my last comment here. There's a song by Shirley Brown that goes like, I can be faced with troubles as long as I live, but as long as you give me all the love that you can give, I can live for 1,000,000 years without ever shedding a tear. Tragedy won't faze me. Nigga Shembe, he loves me, I'll be alright. If the haters can choke me deep. Nigga Shembe, he loves me, I'll be alright. So when I see Amanazareta, I just know Shembe loves me, because Shembe loves the nigga that died and why he died. And as you can see, it's very clear why I died. And you can understand, and if you disagree with me, read the Sabbath prayer. There's one thing that Shembe asked from the God of the Bible. One thing. He took to the congregation the whole prayer, like, please guys, observe the Sabbath. Don't be like your ancestors that were sent in a car and ding down and fucking up and shit. Don't be doing that shit. But at the end of the prayer, it's like, I'll go take the ticket, boy. And making this request from the King of the Jews, Jehovah, nobody's ever done that. The only person that's ever done that is only one person. And this is the evidence that I am who I am, because only one spirit person can actually make that conclusion. Like I said in the beginning of these videos, that the King of the Jews is coming to reestablish the Zulu kingdom, not Israel. Jehovah is the God of the Zulu people, and that's crazy. So the only person crazy enough is Shembe, and that's why I can say it again. Shembe, he loves me, I'll be alright. So I think what I have to learn is to is to differentiate between the people that follow Shembe and Shembe himself. So I gotta just trust that regardless of whether the Amanazareta feel it's necessary to follow through with the promise, because they say if they don't want to follow through and they want to ditch now and say, actually I'm not about that, like, it's okay. But I know for a fact that there are people that I have the hope that the fact that Amanazareta exists, there is hope that my attempts will be successful. So that's the end of the Nigga That Died series videos. The war needs you. If you're watching this and you're not even an Amanazareta or not a Nazarite, this is where the war needs you, man. Fuck with the nigga. This is what we gotta do. You'll get most of the details in the rest of the videos, how to participate in the polls and how to get involved in the Zulu social experiment. Take it easy, guys, with love and kindness.